Good morning, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Phoenix. I'm Benji Messer, music director. I use he, him pronouns. Today's service is about movement and using our bodies in meditation. And so as we sing and throughout the service, I invite you to not only stand or sit, but to notice your bodies and try using them in different ways. We begin with an African-American spiritual about being called to move, and Karen, Eric, and Mike are up here to remind you of that. Encourage movement. So. You've got to do when the Spirit says do. You've got to do when the Spirit says do. When the Spirit says do, you've got to do. Oh Lord, you've got to do when the Spirit says do. You've got to sing when the Spirit says dance. You've got to dance when the Spirit says dance. When the Spirit says dance, you've got to dance. Oh Lord, you've got to dance when the Spirit says dance. You've got to shake when the Spirit says shake. You've got to shake when the Spirit says shake. When the Spirit says shake, you've got to shake. Oh Lord, you've got to shake when the Spirit says shake. You've got to slide when the Spirit says slide. You've got to slide when the Spirit says slide. When the Spirit says slide, you've got to slide. Oh Lord, you've got to slide when the Spirit says slide. You've got to sing when the Spirit says sing. You've got to sing when the Spirit says sing. When the Spirit says sing, you've got to sing. Oh Lord, you've got to sing when the Spirit says sing. You've got to do when the Spirit says do. You've got to do when the Spirit says do. When the Spirit says do, you've got to do. Oh Lord, you've got to do when the Spirit says do. When the Spirit says do, you've got to do. Oh Lord, you've got to do when the Spirit says do. Please remain standing. Thanks all.
Good morning. I'm Amy McKlindon. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm proud to be your worship associate this morning. Please join me as we recite our covenant, and Mike Gatorna lights our chalice. If you are watching remotely and have a chalice with you, please light it with us. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to share our strength in fellowship, thus do we covenant. Please be seated.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Phoenix. Welcome to worship as we explore the mysteries and practices of being human together in community. We are so glad you're here. I'm the Reverend Christine Dance. My pronouns are she and her, and it is an honor to serve as your minister here. The Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Phoenix strives to be a spiritual community for our time, one that is theologically diverse, radically inclusive, and justice-centered. If you're new here, we are so glad you found us. I met a bunch of new folks here today. If you are new and willing and able, would you be willing to stand up so that we can see that you are here today? Welcome, welcome to all of you. As I told a few of you, we are different here every week. So if you love it, It will change next week. If you don't love it, it will change next week. So please come several times to get to know us, and I hope everyone here will get to know our newcomers. Last week, this week, and for the next 2 weeks, we are having 4 services of spiritual nourishment. Using different music and spiritual practices and readings, we'll have the opportunity to go a little deeper and take a deep breath in this complicated world. Today, we're going to be exploring how we use our bodies, our divine and beautiful and totally human bodies, as tools for spiritual depth and relaxation. We have 2 announcements today. One, our Earth Justice team wants you to know that there will be a climate fresque workshop taking place here next Saturday the 24th. You can learn more and register through our newsletter Compass. And if you are available after service today, our children's ministry team would greatly appreciate your help in moving some furniture and toys. We are shifting spaces in the new year, and helping us move will be a wonderful way so that we can live fully into those spaces. So now let us draw deeper into the present moment, into your spirits, and into our worship. Do we have movement words for our opening words? The Children's Covenant, is that something I can help? This is our Director of Children's Ministry, Katie Resendez.
Somehow I thought opening words came later. I'm gonna ask everyone who can to stretch out into your bodies a little bit and make yourself feel a little bit taller, because we're gonna say the Children's Covenant. And part of a covenant, and the kiddos know this, is that it's something that we work to integrate and feel living in ourselves. And one of the ways we can feel living is by moving with it, okay? I'm gonna say it through once with movement, I'm gonna say it through again with movement, and then I'm gonna say it a 3rd time. Whenever you all know it, you're gonna join me. Okay? And I think there's folks in the back, kiddos, who know it quite well. If you want to cheat, feel free to stand with them. We are Unitarian Universalists. We have open minds, we have loving hearts, we have helping hands. Together we care for our earth and work for friendship and peace in our world. We are Unitarian Universalists. We have open minds, we have loving hearts, we have helping hands. Together we care for our earth and work for friendship and peace in our world. One more time. We are Unitarian Universalists. We have open minds, we have loving hearts, we have helping hands. Together we care for our earth and work for friendship and peace in our world.
So today, we are going to be using our bodies as tools for spiritual practice, meditation, and connection. But let's first talk about our bodies. So who here has a body? Wonderful. We all have bodies. And it is important to know that every single one of our bodies has abilities. And every single one of our bodies have limitations. Can anyone do what Simone Biles did in the Olympics? Okay, the front row can here. Good. We're going to have a demonstration immediately following, and I want to see the Biles too, okay? All right. So while some of our limitations may be that we can't do that, others may have other limitations. What differs between all of us is what our abilities and limitations are. Some of them may change throughout your lives, and some may stay the same. And you are the only one who can determine what those are. One body may run marathons, and another body may roll in a wheelchair. One body may not be able to see, and another body may not be able to hear. One body may not be able to reach the top shelf, and another body may not have arms. You know your body. So today, and I would say every day at UUCP and hopefully in the wider world, I trust you to make the modifications that work for your body, however it feels appropriate for you. So for our first practice today, we're going to do a relaxing meditation. It's a combination of meditation and a practice called progressive muscle relaxation. It's been studied for years. It has all kinds of benefits to help manage the physical effects of stress, but it's also been proven to help with high blood pressure, migraines, and sleep issues. PMR involves tightening and relaxing your muscle groups one at a time. The goal is to release tension from your muscles while recognizing what the tension feels like, and then recognizing what releasing it feels like. Okay? So I am going to invite you into the spirit of meditation. Let's take a few breaths of gratitude for our bodies. And let's ground ourselves into a comfortable position for you in the chair, whatever that looks like for you. We're going to start with our toes. I want you to lift your toes upward and hold them. Then let them go. Now pull your toes downward and hold them and let them go. Tense and loosen your toes another time. Next, tense your calf muscles. Now let it go. Now take your knees and tense them, move them towards each other, hold them tight, and then let them go and let them relax. Now squeeze your thigh muscles. Hold them and let them go. Clench your hands. Clench them tight. Hold them. Now let them go. Now tense your arms, your forearms, your top parts of your arms. Tense them. And let them go. With giggles as needed, squeeze your buttocks. Tight. Pause. And then let them go. Now contract your abdominal muscles. Feel it in your ab. Pause and let go. Inhale and tighten in your chest area, whatever that looks like. Hold and exhale and let it go. Raise your shoulders up to your ears, make them really tight. Hold it and let it go. See how far they can lower. Purse your lips together. Hold them and release. Open your mouth wide now. How wide can you get it? Hold it and let it go. Now close your eyes tightly and release your eyes. And finally, lift your eyebrows. See all the surprised looks. Hold and relax. Let us together breathe. Have gratitude. Breathe again. And relax.
So, thinking about music in movement made me think of using music to coordinate in work. And the drawing above is by Stan Hugill from his book Shanties from the Seven Seas. It shows a group of sailors pulling on a rope to extend the corner of a sail. And what they're singing, it's written below, is Haul the Bowlin', the Bowlin' Haul. Haul the bowlin', haul. Haul the bowlin', haul. Now this is a call and response song. It's a very humane time of work. You don't have to pull the whole time. You get entertained between each pull, right? You hear, haul the bowlin' so early in the morning. Haul the bowlin', haul. Haul the bowlin' before the day is dawning. Haul the bowlin', haul. Will you help us pull, please? You can pull from a seated or standing position, whatever, however playful you want to be here. Haul the bowlin', oh, haul away together. Haul the bowlin', haul. Let's pull this way. This is the way they're all facing, right? Yeah. Turn to face that way. So we're all pulling on the same rope. Yeah. Those of you who stand understand a little bit. Haul the bowlin', oh, haul away together. Haul the bowlin', haul. Haul the bowlin', we'll hang for better weather. Haul the bowlin', haul. Haul the bowlin', the bonny bowlin'. Haul, haul the bowlin', our packet is a rollin'. Haul the bowlin', haul. Haul the bowlin' and break the chafing leather. Haul the bowlin', haul. Haul the bowlin', we'll haul away together. Haul the bowlin', a little more. Haul the bowlin', the Cape Horn wind is howlin'. Haul the bowlin', haul. Haul the bowlin', the old man's a growlin'. Haul the bowlin', haul. Oh, thank you. I can feel the wind. If you've stood, you may be seated.
Part of us all working together is our offering. Each week we split our offering between this congregation and an organization that shares our values. For August, our Share the Plate partner is Live and Learn. The mission of Live and Learn is to empower women to break the cycle of generational poverty. The staff at Live and Learn provide ongoing career guidance and support to each client along their journey. At the same time, they work with their community partners to offer the best training program for each woman and a range of life skills classes and workshops that will help in this process. They serve as a cheerleader, advocate, and mentor for their clients. For all you give, we are so grateful. Ushers, thank you for your willing hands in helping us to pass the plate.
We are so programmed. Like within the first line, we all know exactly what to do, like Pavlovian dogs. It's beautiful and wonderful. It is an important practice in this community to make time to share pieces of our lives with one another. Sharing them together, we can amplify the joys and lessen our burdens. If you are on Zoom and would like to share a joy or sorrow, please type into the chat a brief note what is in your heart today. I will read out loud what you share. If you're in the sanctuary today, there are cards located at the small table in the back of the sanctuary. As we open this sacred time to share in community, let us open our own hearts to the joys and sorrows that are shared together and those that are still in our hearts. Let's have a moment just to still our hearts and ready them to be in community. I want to start our list of joys and concerns by telling you that Roy Miller has entered hospice. Roy has been fighting cancer for 2.5 years, a really grueling battle that has taken a lot out of him. I am in frequent conversation with his family and went and saw him a couple of days ago. But he is comfortable and he is not in pain, but his passing will probably be coming soon. We have some from here in the room from Jennifer Davey, and Jennifer is back there, and Addie may be there and may want to raise her hand or may not. There's Addie. Happy 8th birthday. Yes. On August 4th to Adelaide, you are loved and an amazing kid. We all agree, Addie. Another joy from Sam and Michelle right here. Just as they were sitting down here, they got a text from their daughter, Daryl, that just said, baby level number 3 incoming. They are on their way to the hospital. So that is so excited. I was saying it might be, I don't know that I wish for news within the hour. I feel like that is not kind to Daryl, But we do hope we hear soon. She was due on Wednesday, so I'm sure no one's more ready than she is. Congratulations. And we have from Donna Talbot. Donna Talbot says, as a joy, joyful for the rain in Glendale. Yes, the Valley put on a show last night, right? And we have a sadness from Sarah Moore. Sarah says, please send healing vibes to my best friend. In April, she was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 39. She is currently getting chemotherapy after having a double mastectomy in June. I'm so grateful she has tons of family support since I can't be with her. And Sarah gives us a reminder to perform our self-checks and to vote for better health care. Amen to that, Sarah. And our hearts are with your friend, but also with you, being so far away. For all of our joys and sorrows, those named and those in the silent sanctuaries of our hearts, we send our love to each other, both here and online. So for our meditation, it feels right that we do another body meditation, this one by the Reverend Mary Geer, who is the minister of the Olympia, Washington Unitarian Universalist Congregation. So I invite you to imagine holding a ball of light. It might be a glass ball reflecting the light of the sun. Not too hot, though. Just a little bit warm and comforting to your touch. It might be like a beach ball, light and airy or colorful, or a glass ball that's reflective, or any other kind of sphere you can imagine. As your body is comfortable, as you breathe in, raise that ball to the sky, toward the sun. Imagine the sphere absorbing the warmth and light of the sun, warm and cozy and comforting. As you breathe out, lower your ball to your belly, soaking in the warmth and light. Breathe. Once more, as you breathe in, raise your sphere again to the sky, toward the moon and the stars. The full moon that's coming tomorrow, the quiet night sky, the stars glowing in the vastness of space, the meteor showers that happen in August. Imagine your sphere absorbing the quiet of night. As you breathe out, lower it down to your belly again, soaking in the cool and quiet of night. One last time, as you breathe in, raise it to the sky towards all the planets and the solar systems and the galaxies, out to the vast and beautiful universe. Imagine your sphere connected to that vastness, absorbing the mystery and beauty of space. As you lower your sphere to your belly, soak in the mystery and beauty of the entire universe. Breathe. In gratitude for this day, for this earth, for this community, For this life, we give thanks. Blessed be, and amen.
Here's a song by the late Unitarian Universalist minister and poet Rick Maston. Rick was a songwriter and a troubadour in the 70s, and he would tour around the country playing UU congregations. And this song got fairly well known and made it into our hymnal, but we don't sing it a lot here. The verses are mostly spoken. They're in italics on the slides, but please join me on the chorus and refrain. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let's do that one again. Let it be a dance. That chorus again. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance, let a dancing song be heard. Play the music, say the words, and fill the sky with sailing birds. Let it be a dance, let it be a dance, let it be a dance. Learn to follow, learn to lead. Feel the rhythm, feel the need. To reap the harvest, plant the seed. And let it be a dance, let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance, everybody turn and spin. Let your body learn to bend. And like a willow with the wind, let it be a dance, let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. A child is born, the old must die. A time for joy, a time to cry. Take it as it passes by. Let it be a dance, let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. The morning star comes out at night. Without the dark, there is no light. And if nothing's wrong, then nothing's right. So let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let the sun shine. Let it rain. Share the laughter. Bear the pain. And round we go again. Let it be a dance, let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance we do again. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance we do. Thanks all.
I'm particularly fond of that one. I mean, if I were to have a theme song, it's not a terrible one to have, right? So we're doing one more body meditation today, and it is a walking prayer. Again, with the understanding that we all have different bodies, I invite you to do this as an actual walk, if you wish, where we walk around the sanctuary. And so that we don't bump into each other, I recommend that we go around clockwise, or through the aisles, but still clockwise. Okay, you understand? Clockwise. Okay, good. But I also want you to feel free. If you want a little bit more room, you can go out into the patio area. You can walk here in the meditation. We're going to give a bit of time for this. You can go in the halls. But you also don't have to leave your seats. Everything is consensual here, and you are the ones that know what your heart and your body need. You can walk by picking up your legs, or just feeling your heel to toe movement. Or I've seen it done really well where people are sitting and they just move their arms in some kind of motion. Or you can do it in your mind and use this as meditative time. Whatever is comfortable for you, there is no judgment in this space. So there is a balance to this, keeping the focus on your own body, but being aware of other bodies around you. And you can do this kind of meditation anytime, in the grocery store, in your home, while you're walking in the neighborhood. Walking in meditation means to walk in such a way that we know we are walking. We walk slowly, really feeling and enjoying every step. We become aware of the contact of our feet with the ground, from the heels to the toes, or from the elbow to the fingers. So I will continue to give some explanation, but those who wish to actually walk, please stand and start your walking if you wish. So become aware of that contact. Walk from the heel to the toe. Often people like doing this slowly, but you can find whatever pace you want. By focusing on our steps, we set ourselves free from our thinking, our regrets about the past, our fears and anxieties about the future, or our preoccupations with the present. We become 100% present with every step. We become aware of the contact between our feet and the ground, or our arms and our laps. And we begin to harmonize our steps with our breathing. We may take 2 or 3 steps as we breathe in, and then 3 or 4 steps as we breathe out. That all depends on your lungs, your natural rhythm, your comfort. as we continue walking, synchronizing our breathing and our steps, we become aware of our whole body walking. We can relax any tension in our shoulders or arms, and we can feel what a miracle it is to be walking on earth. We can open our ears to the sounds around us and lift up our eyes to the sights. We are aware of our 5 senses. We know we are here in the present moment. May every step be nourishing and every step be healing. Let us continue to walk. Bring your attention back into this room, but stay in your bodies. us take another minute just to breathe together and be in the present moment.
Walking with you, walking with you is my prayer. Walking with you, walking with you is my prayer. Rolling with you, rolling with you is my prayer. Rolling with you, rolling with you is my prayer. Let's stand, folks. Swaying with you, swaying with you is my prayer. Swaying with you, swaying with you is my prayer. Singing with you, singing with you is my prayer. Singing with you, singing with you is my prayer. Breathing with you, breathing with you is my prayer. Breathing with you, breathing with you is my prayer.
Stay standing. We close our service, but as we do, we remind you to reach out to someone new. We have all of these beautiful newcomers here today, or someone you have not seen for a while. Our exploration hours and activities for children and adults start at noon. We'll be on the screen following the service. A reminder, if you can help folks move some things right after, please stay a few minutes to do that. We will also have coffee hour right over through there. Through the patio is an entrance to our Johnson room. We invite you to coffee there. With our attention in the present moment, with us feeling grounded in our bodies, however our bodies are, with gratitude for being together, we say amen, and go in peace, go in love.